Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, February 22nd, and it is the second week of Lent. Our Christ Church community is journeying through our Lenten devotional created by our own church members. It's called Life, Death, and Life Again. For this second week of Lent, our theme is calling, which is inspired by Mark 8, in which Jesus says, "If any wish to come after me, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." Jesus' path to the cross was a calling more difficult than his disciples first understood. What does it mean to remember that God is with us when life does not lead us down roads we wish to travel? Today, church member Barbara Kurka shares a reflection.
Writing this Lenten devotional was a struggle. In the past, ideas came easily and the writing flowed. This time, my first two attempts were quickly discarded, and the third, revolving around my recent call to make more room for God into my executive coaching business, came too close to sounding like an ad. I discarded that as well. I felt stuck. Stepping back, I questioned myself. What was actually getting in my way? That's a question I often ask my coaching clients. As a coach, my joy lies in helping executives to recognize their strengths, identify limiting behaviors, and develop actions for change. But clients can meet change with resistance, even when they sense what they need to do. I realized this was happening to me. Over the last year, I have felt a strong pull towards working with clients who are open to integrating their faith into their work more fully. To get beyond stuck, I decided to reread the quotation from Mark. It was while reflecting on the demands of Jesus to deny oneself and take up the cross and lose one's life to save it, that it dawned on me. I realized that the pull I have been feeling isn't about a new marketing strategy. It's been about personal transformation. God has been calling me to shed the selves I had created to present to the world, personas that I thought defined me, including successful businesswoman, exemplary coach, woman of faith. In other words, I haven't needed to change my business model. I've needed to change me. By focusing on practical business aspects, I had been missing the real issue, the call to give up those carefully crafted selves and the life I had constructed around them, to fully integrate faith into my own work and to become the person God intends. That was a frightening tack. I've grown comfortable with the various Barbara personas created over the years. Now I was to cede control over who I was. Who would I become? Where would this personal transformation lead? I was so overwhelmed, I wept. In the midst of my fears, I remembered that at the watch night service, we were invited to write down our intention for the new year. Instinctively, I wrote, trust. No coincidence. In this liminal space between what is and what will be, my call is to give up my crafted self and embrace the uncertainty of God's creation. This journey transcends advertising or networking. It's about living in faith, being vulnerable to transformation, and trusting that God will create my new self and my new life and hold them securely.
What about you? What does God's calling mean to you? Check out what Barbara and others have to say in this week of our devotional that you can find online at christchurchnyc.online, where you can also find information about everything we're up to right now, from our Thursday nights in Lent, which begin tonight, to our Holy Week plans and so much more.